Hey exiles, how we doing? Mr. A2G back again with some more Saga in Survival. Alright guys, now from the previous video I did upload earlier on, there has been an update teaser from the guys themselves. So the guys at Saga have dropped a upcoming update in regards to new weapons. There's a lot of teasers coming through, and we're going to go through with it. So this is probably going to be a shorter video compared to the other one. So I just want to cover the weapons that are incoming by the looks of things, that are pretty much in the game right now, and these guys are just testing it out and showing it off to us. All right, so basically the first one that's come up, I'm going to throw up screenshots here. I'm not going to actually play the video. What I'll try and do is I'll try and link the video in the description so you guys can go over and look at it if you haven't done so already. But let's go and have a look at the first one. So it looks like we've got a Mace Weapon, which to me actually looks kind of cool. I like it. So good looking weapon. I'm just playing the video in the background just off the off video music and all that sort of stuff, so you guys don't hear exactly what I'm doing, what's going on. But looks like it's a powerful little weapon. So from what I can see, it deals about 50 damage, which is very comparable to the Morning Star. So it looks like it's going to be in that sort of realm of things in terms of the grade of type of weapon that we can expect. What I was looking at, I've watched the video a few times, so all that I can see at the minute that there's no star leveled weapons at this minute. So probably for a couple of various reasons, and for good reasons as well. They don't want to sort of, you know, leak any sort of information on how well these weapons can perform if you do upgrade them. So that's probably one thing. And obviously, you know, to make sure that you guys, that it's all accessible at this point in time. So hopefully we'll be able to get to craft all of these, or whether or not maybe a few of these weapons will be more or less a weapon that you're going to have to go out and find and loot and whatnot. So yeah, so the Mace style weapon looks pretty good. You know, very interesting weapon, if you don't mind me saying myself. The next weapon is a dual, well, it doesn't look like a dual-handed weapon, but it's more of a throwing axe. So just looking at it now as it's in play, looks like it does about 40 to 46, I think about 46 level of damage. It's a ranged weapon, so don't know exactly how far the range is with this. So that's something for us to test out when we do get it. Yeah, so very cool looking weapon. So, you know, sort of like a throwing tomahawk style weapon, you know, if you will. I actually quite like the look of the weapon, so that's something that I'll be keen on getting myself. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, so other weapons that we've got in this game that are coming through as I'm sort of going through the weapons is the dual wielded axes. So these are a different style axes to the previous one. So looks like we're going to be able to now finally utilize the player with both hands, sorry, I should say, and it's a dual wielding weapon. So it looks awesome. So that was pretty much the remedies into the leak that I showed you in the video before. So as I'm sort of looking through the gameplay on this, basically, you know, he uses them both at the same time in a striking motion. So it's sort of a little bit different to what I sort of had suggested yesterday. So you know, don't be discouraged from what I sort of had mentioned yesterday compared to what I'm saying now. Obviously, now that these things are out, this is what pretty much it's going to be in game. You know, it's all but confirmed now. So you know, from leaks to reality obviously can be two different things. So as I said yesterday, and I stressed that heaps of times yesterday, you know, grain of salt kind of thing, guys. So now that it's actually out, you know, for everyone to look at, you know, now we can actually pretty much go ahead and confirm all of that as we're looking at it. But the next weapon, this one for me, I feel it's a little bit more on the controversial side. And what I mean by that is it's something that we haven't had in the game at all. It's, you know, it's the gun, it's the weapon. It's a pistol. Don't know exactly what the full capabilities of it, but it deals around about 40 odd damage. I think 45 if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know, guys. Devs, look, I'm not too sure where you're going with this. I actually quite like the game as it is, as a as a melee style fantasy game, as opposed to shoot 'em ups and things like that. I don't know if it's just me because I've always played games like that, and something like this is a little bit different. I like the pace that it was at. So I don't know exactly where this is going to fall in line, how we're going to be able to craft it. Will this bring in different style of materials that we're going to need to craft, the said gun? I'm not too sure. Or are we just going to find it through loot drops? Or will it be a case that we're going to be, building up a workstation specifically for armed weapons, like guns and pistols and things like that. So not too sure exactly how it's going to go, and what sort of direction that they're going with this. For me, look, I love it that you guys are putting this out there, devs, and that you're giving us new content. Always going to be grateful for it. So I'm not saying that I'm not, but it's not something that I agree with. With the current game as it is. But whether or not this is in something that you guys are going to push in a different direction that we're going to see later on, then sure, fine. But for now, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I'm not sort of willing at this point. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but for the theme of the game, I'm not too sure. So I think that's probably going to spark a little bit of debate in the comments, which that reminds me, drop it down in the comments, guys. Let me know what you're thinking about all this. But anyway, we'll move on. And then the final weapon is another ranged weapon. So these are little like little head spears. So they are another ranged weapon, and we can see the player there that he's throwing these arrowheads at enemies and whatnot. So that's doing roughly around about 46 damage. So they're roughly in the same sort of caliber of weapon attack power. So anywhere between 40 to 50 attack power. Durability is unknown for all of these weapons, so that's something that we're not going to be too sure of at this point in time until the game drops, and we'll be able to work out exactly how, where they sort of stack up, and then obviously in what type of levels are we going to be receiving these at. So are we going to get some of these weapons early on? I'm not sure. Excuse me. Be a very good question to know and find out. Will all these be craftable? I certainly hope so. Seeing that they're all in the game, I would imagine this would be the case. What type of materials they're going to use, what they're going to utilize. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see exactly when these things are going to come out. But otherwise, there's a couple of little things aside from the weapons that were sort of notable in the video itself. So again, what I'm actually doing, you guys are not seeing what I'm actually doing, is I'm just replaying the video and just sort of getting a bit of context into what I'm saying while the video is playing out. So if you had noticed the scenes that were in game at the time of this of the recording of the video that they put out, you notice that the exile player is in like a grotto or a tunnel situation, and there's boards down there. So I'm guessing that more so to the point that that with the update with the weapons may come different enemies in different areas. Will that be things like like the tunnels, the grotto, or even probably the the tunnels in the in the stone, I think the stone ridges, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just sort of trying to think out loud here. Sorry, guys. This is me rambling. I'm excited about this update. So, yeah, I really want to get this update as soon as possible. But, yeah, sorry. So what I'm saying is like, different animals potentially, or enemies per se in certain areas of zones and whatnot. So something that will interest myself, but hopefully you guys as well at the same time. you know, whether or not this is a, you know, just the update itself, just weapons. Could it be something else? I'm not too sure. You know, will this be part of the new boss update, the new zone that we might be getting? I don't know. You know, right now I'm going to throw out some speculations to you guys. So, you know, let me know in the comments if you guys are sharing the same type of theory with me, or if you guys have different theories against it. But it looks good. So the other thing I wanted to bring up as well is the armor. Now, I haven't seen 2-star studded armor of any variation. I'm not too sure if you guys have paid or purchased anything in game to acquire some of these things, or is it a case that, you know, are 2-star scrolls are completely available in game for all types of armor? I'm not too sure. That's something I just wanted to bring up as well real quickly. I thought that was a little bit interesting. You know, I'm sure you guys will probably know better than myself. A lot of you guys are a much higher level than myself, so I just thought I'd just drop that and just thought I'd just bring that into, you know, into some sort of light there. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this update. So this release trailer that they dropped, and mind you, when I dropped my video, unfortunately, and I do apologize real quickly about it, that we were missing audio for about 3 minutes, so I had to delete the video, re-export it and upload, and finally got it out and it's working. So unfortunately it happened, so I do apologize, guys. But otherwise, as soon as I uploaded that, they dropped this on Facebook, and yeah, unfortunately a bit of a well, I wouldn't say miscommunication, just poor timing on my part there, but it is what it is. So now that I'm putting this one out, hopefully this brings everything sort of, you know, into a full kind of circle. You know, a lot of speculation, hypotheticalness from the previous video may have been mooted up until now. So with this video, so it is what it is. So at least, you know, you guys are a little bit more in the aware and the know exactly what's going on. Anyway, just thought I'll quickly jump on today and provide you some of that information. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this shorter video just on the update itself. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys are subscribed and notified with the notification bell, and so you don't miss out on any other updates or teasers that may come out with this game or any other game that I'm playing. Like and comment, guys. Let's get this thing going. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm going to leave it here. I'll catch you in another video. See ya.